here. I've got Billy, one of our web designers, on my right, and I've got Taylor over here on my left. And I don't know if you can see friendly competition going on. And but you know, in addition to that, the March Madness, the basketball tournament, is actually a great way for brands to be able to interact with people, because it's something that like people are talking about online and like in a concentrated place and a concentrated amount of time. And so it's really a cool way where brands can get in and just, you know, don't be like selling your stuff, but just get in there and interact, have fun, you know, go with the competition, and it can be good. So I don't know, I've seen a lot of fun stuff going on. I think you were saying that Bleacher Report was doing some good stuff, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like when you watch basketball, we've been saying you only have to watch like the last 2 minutes of a game.
Yeah.
You pretty much could just go on Bleacher Report and they'll recap basically the best plays in every game going on live as it's happening. So that's been really fun to watch on Instagram and social media platforms as we're going through this madness. But you're not lying, we are a competitive bunch here.
Yeah, I know. It's been good. So today we're going to talk to you about a few things. So the first is, doesn't like to the casual user, Facebook kind of makes it seem like these are different. And in some ways they are, and in some ways they aren't. So I'm going to turn it over to Taylor, and she's going to explain a little bit more.
Yeah, so essentially they are categorized as an ad because you're putting money behind a post. So, and when you go to your bill in your manager, they're both going to show up in your ads manager as a bill, whether you boost or do a Facebook ad. Boosting is really good for brand awareness, to just get your company's name out there, but that's kind of as far as it goes. So here at KWSM, we switched it to boosting a post, and you can click it, and it kind of just gives you 3 basic options, which is who you want to reach, what's your max budget, and how long you want to run your ad for. And while that sounds similar to ads managers, it's not as detailed or as in-depth. So one way, basically boosting a post is spending money to reach more people, brand awareness for your company. And this can be done through people who like your page, their friends, or you can choose people through targeting. Another limited access with using boosted posts is you can only run them on Facebook feeds and Instagram feeds. And you'll see when we get into Facebook ads, there's a lot more details going on with that.
So why do you think Facebook offers the Facebook boost, like the boost to post option? Because it's the same, it is a Facebook ad. So a Facebook boost is a Facebook ad, but it's so limited. So like, why would they do that?
I think, and I see this a lot with our clients here, is it's something that anyone can do. They can it's a way for Facebook to make money easily, and it's super simple. So if you don't have a big agency behind you supporting you, it's a way for you to think you're spending money and getting more of an audience, and you are. It's just not as targeted as it can be, and it's not getting the most for your money. So that's why we kind of tend to stay away from it, unless we're just trying to get likes on a post so far for brand awareness.
It makes sense, because it's literally like you can run an ad using like 2 clicks.
Yeah, and I think people, once they do realize that they can do it and get more likes, like we run ads for clients, and I'll still see my clients go in and like boost a post, and I'm like, what? It's just kind of funny, but I think it just kind of gives them a little control over it, or feeling like they know what they're doing or in control of that.
Yeah.
But as we talk about what a Facebook ad is through the ads manager, there's going to be a lot more customization features.
Well, why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Okay, so I keep mentioning the ads manager, and this is something that you have to have a business page for, and you have to set it up with a credit card, because this is where you'll be creating all the ads. So that's kind of where it differs, is you're not using a post that's on your page, you're going to create your own ad. And this is also, that comes with bonus features, because when you're in Ads Manager, you can create carousel posts, you can do videos, you can do call to action buttons that allow you to drive your audience to take an action, such as like learn more or download now. You don't have those options when boosting a post. So off the bat, there's more customization features. And you can always put the same post on your page, so you have them, if someone sees it, they go to your page and they can see it there as well, but this is created solely in Ads Manager. Another big part of Facebook ads are the placements. As I mentioned, there's only 3 you can do in boosting a Facebook post, but when it comes to creating an ad in Ads Manager, you can put them in the side ads of profiles on Instagram or on Facebook, and then messenger ads, as well as Instagram stories, instant articles, and your audience's network. So it just gives you way more options to put your ads, and we like to test ads on Instagram stories and Facebook stories and messages, so it just puts your ad in more places for people spend time as far as just their home feed with the boosted post.
Yeah. So like Facebook ads, when you get into that ads manager, it can be a little overwhelming at first. And there's a lot of options. There's a lot of different things that you can do with it. So if someone's looking at, hey, I've been boosting posts, but now I kind of want to get into that ads manager and try it out a little bit, where would you recommend that they start, or what would they start with?
Yeah, so I think the basic step for this is there's different types of ads you can create too, which this is a whole nother topic, such as like lead ads, traffic ads. I recommend traffic ads, which is kind of essentially the same thing as like awareness ads, but you're still sending them now somewhere. So it kind of has a purpose, and this is where you can use the call to action button. So, we do landing pages and contact forms, which Billy knows all about setting up. And so I think a traffic ad is really good to kind of enhance that brand awareness and engagement. And it's super simple. It's one of the first options to set up, and then you can kind of go into more of like conversions and lead ads through Facebook.
Yeah. And the traffic ads, that's to run traffic back to their website.
Yeah,
right?
or anywhere they want, but yes. Yeah.
Externally, outside of Facebook.
Yes,
right.
yeah. We do it for blogs a lot with clients and searches on certain agents and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely. And, when you're running an ad to your website, obviously you could just run it to the homepage, or as we do, we actually almost all the time set up landing pages, right? And so Billy, one of our website designers,
landing pages. This is more mine.
Yeah. What are just the sidebar here? What are a couple like things you would recommend on a landing page if someone were running ads to it?
And really get some sweet images. Like we're kind of getting to a point where like the iPhone, they might take good quality photos, but like the client can tell, whether it's like conscious or even subconscious, they can see that quality difference.
Yeah.
We've noticed with Facebook ads, as we're talking about landing pages, which would be considered a lead ad because we're trying to capture something, Facebook offers lead ads through their own platform as well, but within our agency, we've also noticed that when you lead them to a landing page that captures the information, it
tracks information, so you can set it up so like whenever someone fills out a contact form, then that information is actually tracked back into the ads manager in Facebook, so you can see what ad someone clicked on, and then when they actually converted, what ad they converted off of, which is a super valuable information, and it helps Facebook and you optimize your ads as you're moving forward.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so last but not least with the ads manager, it just allows you to create way more detailed target audiences. So as I mentioned before, when you're boosting a post, it's just your friends, their network, and then maybe a small range of audience, but in ads manager, you can do overlapping audience types, you can do lookalike audiences, you can retarget audiences. Like we said, this will spiral into so many more things, but just gives you that more customization tools. Boosting posts are great for awareness, but if you're trying to do more ad types and detailed campaigns, we really recommend using the ads manager.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Taylor. That's super helpful. I think, we do get asked that a lot. People don't understand that they're actually the same thing, and boosting a post is really just like the ultra simplified version of running an ad. And so it's a good way to get started, and if you're interested, start looking at some of those different metrics, right? And then go from there and actually get into that, the ads manager, and start exploring that.
Yeah.
Again, that's a whole, it's a whole rabbit hole, but it's a good thing to do. So thank you very much. So next, one of the things that, again, we get asked about a lot is SEO, search engine optimization, and how to get your website ranked higher in Google and other search engines. And so one of the things that's really important to understand is links and how those can have an impact on your website, and whether certain links that you have actually might be hurting your website.
True.
And so Billy is going to share some information with us about this, and take it away.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So, you might have a site that has, say, like a lot of blog posts. If you have a lot of blog posts, especially things that go back years, there's a lot of probability that the sites that you are linked to might not even be there. This is like a frustrating user experience. So like say your user has gone in, they think they found the info, and bam, the link doesn't work, and they don't get the information that they're looking for. this decreases their time on the page, which then tells Google that the correct information is not there, which brings you down in search rankings. So what do you do about it? There's a couple like pretty easy resources to use. One would be brokenlinkcheck.com, which will scan your whole site and give you all the links that you need to go in and then unlink. It's a tedious process, but there's really no way around it. Do you have any specific questions?
Yeah, no, I think linking is also from an SEO point of view.
But it's
They're
also
Google
kind of the
bots
opposite too, though, right? Is that the more links you incorporate, the better it's going to do. The more good links you incorporate and backlink, the better your website is also going to do.
Yeah, definitely. And there's obviously certain quality, criteria. You can't just have like 1,000 Russian websites linking to your website.
You used to be able to.
You used to be able to.
You really want to make sure that you are linking to the correct content that is like valid and on a reputable site as well.
Yeah, definitely. So if someone has a website, right? What would you recommend that they do as far as going through that site and how do they fix that?
I would start with the broken link check
first.
From then make note of everything, and then go in and start go into your old blogs and just start editing them away. You really just have to get in there and disconnect it. I don't really know of any like quick way to do it.
Yeah, right. And there's no select all.
Yeah, there's no select all.
Just remove all the bad links.
Maybe an intern could come in useful. But like cleaning that up, you should see some more results in your SEO scoring.
Yeah, definitely. And that and that goes back to another thing about websites, which is that Google likes to see clean websites, right? How people navigate through them, the internal links, the site structure, all that stuff. And so the more you can just sort of clean things up and make sure that it's all good, and then that's going to be better for your website. Another thing you should look for is not just broken links, but also looking for pages that like might be live and being indexed by Google, right? But aren't actually linked to anything from your website. And so sometimes this happens when maybe a website designer builds your website and might have a couple of extra pages that they're working on to sort of test some things, and then those don't get taken away or taken down, or maybe you create a couple pages accidentally, and by default those are all going to be indexed by Google. And so if you're not careful and really like hiding all the pages that should be hidden, then that might have a negative impact as well. And so it's always good to see what's being indexed by Google. And actually, a quick, easy way that you can do that is in Google, you can do a search and put the URL of your website in the search box, and then before the URL, type in site, SITE, and then the URL, and then that's going to show you every page on your website that is indexed under that URL.
Very cool. We should comment that below on this post so people have it.
We will. I'll do that. We'll do that afterwards. And so anyway, so linking is very important. It's the way that Google sees the internet, and it's the way that it also determines quality of a lot of different websites. So
how do you really determine the quality of the link that you're linking to?
Yeah, I mean it depends on a lot of things, but ultimately Google has ranked all of these websites, and there's not really a way to like get that information from Google necessarily. There are a lot of sites that sort of try to glean that, but ultimately websites that you want to link to that are high quality are sites that get a lot of traffic, are authority sites, so maybe they're like a government website with information, or an educational website or something like that, or just a site that gets a lot of traffic. Like NewYorkTimes.com, that gets a lot of traffic. That is a very credible site, and a lot of the news organization sites are.
One thing that you should remember while linking to a site is that there's also a high possibility that they're going to see you sending traffic to them, because if they've got all their Google Analytics and everything set up correctly, and you can build relationships with these companies that you're sending traffic to, and then a lot of times they can mention you and stuff, and they'll start linking back to your work, which is a great way to get organic results.
Definitely. Thank you, Billy. That was excellent. Linking is super important. So let's dive into some of the news that's happened this week. And so first, we're going to start with something from Snapchat. And Snapchat, as we all know, tends to have a younger audience, right? And so one of the things that that they are introducing in April, which is next week, supposed to be announced on April 4th at their conference that they're having, is actually that they're going to be introducing in-app gaming and games that are actually developed by outside developers. So these are not only going to be, so these aren't going to be necessarily like Snapchat games like the Snapchat's developing, but they're opening up the app so that other people can get in there and develop things for it. So I'm not a huge Snapchat user. Do you use Snapchat?
I'm a big Snapchat user, but just with my inner circle, but I'm not a big gamer, so that's where the disconnect is. But I imagine that, I know there's a whole gaming world out there, so I imagine that it is really cool. And I kind of like the idea that they're letting, it's not like big games, like they're buying people that are creating newer video games on their own, so I kind of like the grassroots, like video game kind of look of it, instead of like buying like a Fortnite or something like that and incorporating it.
Yeah,
kind of a
almost
cool
like
underground thing.
YouTube.
We've all seen that Snapchat came on, and then like Instagram has really stolen a lot of the features of Snapchat that kind of made Snapchat really interesting and cool. And so it's interesting that they're kind of taking a left turn in a lot of ways here and saying, okay, well, if you're going to keep stealing all our features,
we're going to do things you can't do.
We're going to do something totally different and like develop this different niche, right? And I think it's really cool. I'm actually, you know, again, I don't use Snapchat a whole lot, but I think it's really cool, and I think that it's actually a really smart strategy because that audience that they're going for is, you know, more likely to be into the games and things like that. I think that there's a lot of opportunity there. So it'll be something interesting to watch.
Being at their target audience is a lot younger, and there's like Minecraft and that sort of thing, which has a large like community of people building things for it.
Yeah.
You know, I would assume this is the next step in that kind of thought pattern.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
And I go to Snapchat a lot for news now with the whole news feature because it's just really fast. It's always like the worst trending pop culture news, but sometimes you just got to get your fix. And so that's where I go for that. And some bloggers show up on there, but yeah, I love going to E-News' channel on there and just kind of getting updated through Snapchat. That's kind of my one of my main pop culture news sources.
Is it like Kardashian news all the time?
Pretty much, yeah. Justin Bieber crying at the montage, stuff like that. But
is that true?
Yeah, the last 2 weekends in a row.
Oh my gosh. Well, he owns a house in the
And Taylor saw it on Snapchat too, so there's definitely a big news feature on Snapchat that's growing.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, that's good. Yeah, I know. So it's interesting to see how Snapchat is introducing these new things, and they're really trying to like, you know, compete in their own way with their own audience.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for them because they're the ones that created the story and all of these things, and now Facebook and Instagram have kind of taken them and succeeded, and so they're kind of getting ripped off in a sense.
It's a vicious world.
Did they all just get? Did they get bought out by? Doesn't Google own everybody?
No, no. Well, Facebook owns Instagram.
Oh, Facebook owns Instagram.
Yeah, but Snapchat I think is still
It's on its own.
So
they're the OGs.
Speaking of Instagram. There's actually really cool. So everyone knows on Instagram, there's a lot of advertising, a lot of posts that involve shopping, right? And so you can, you know, click on a post, see some more information about that product, and then go to the seller's website, the retailer's website, and actually buy it, right? And so they've announced that they're actually going to introduce the ability to buy things in the Instagram app. So you don't even have to leave Instagram. You'll be able to set up an account, enter your card information, and actually purchase directly in the app.
You get to see girls wearing it out and about, and they really sell the lifestyle. That's the great thing about these influencers that, you know, they're sharing you how to wear the look, where to wear the look, out to dinner, at the beach, and now what they've linked to prices, and then normally I'll go from there to the website, and sometimes it's sold out or something like that. So I'm really excited to have this feature just in Instagram because I will be all over it, because I'm definitely someone that clicks from Instagram to the website to shop based on just brands on Instagram and influencers. So this is the greatest thing that could ever happen. As long as there's no additional shipping or charges, anything like that, then I'll be golden.
Well, I agree. I think it's a great tool for users, right? What's going to be interesting to see is how they're going to charge businesses for this, right? Because you can assume that if someone is going to your website and purchasing on your website, you're going to get charged like it's standard, probably 3% credit card transaction fee, something like that, and then the website, obviously, whatever you pay to maintain it.
Mhm.
So it'll be interesting to see if Instagram bumps that up to 4 or 5%. Like, what's the cut that Instagram is taking to be able to use this feature?
And will
so,
they go based off of the company's shipping charges?
people that get on this right away are going to have a lot of success. You really have the opportunity to get there. So you also might spend a lot of money there too. I'm just saying, because Instagram, if it's just like a couple clicks to buy, you don't have to navigate some random website that you want to go to. I think it's actually gonna be a really good thing. So even though they might take a larger cut, you gotta determine if the additional volume of sales based on that actually makes up for it.
Which I'm
Seems
sure it
like
will.
Also seems like a great place to, like, if you have like limited edition stuff, like just blitz it on Instagram and you're like, we've got 1,000 of these, get it now.
Yeah,
Like, seems like a great place to do that.
Yeah.
I agree. So keep an eye out for that, Instagram. So next, let's talk about Facebook. And this is just kind of like a fun, cool feature that they released. It's called dark mode. And there are some people in our office that love things that are black and dark and everything about it. And so they've got, I know that like Apple, they released the new like dark mode for like their, be able to use that. But Facebook Messenger is now introducing the dark mode, okay? And so what this is that basically in order to get this, it's kind of like a little secret code that they introduced and rolled out to everyone. But you have to message someone or yourself, which would like be the less random way to do it, the left-facing moon crescent, okay? So you must message that, the left-facing moon crescent, if you do that.
What happens?
And then it's going to say, this is what it says. I wrote it down just to be sure. You found dark mode, and then your whole thing goes black, right?
Like black, or does it dim your screen? Is this like the blue light, like on Apple? What does this do?
It goes like it inverses it, right? And so instead of having a white background and dark text, it's got a dark background.
Okay, I didn't quite understand what it meant. I was like, what's going to happen? That's hilarious, though. Have you guys tried it?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to message someone after this.
It's really, it's pretty cool. And, the point of it is to, if you're messaging late at night or something like that, and you want to make it easier on your eyes or in the dark or something like that, that it's better for that. And so,
how do you reverse it? Do you put a sun? Do you send them a sun back?
I actually don't know because I did it and I haven't actually reversed it, so it's just permanent.
And are all your messages or just that person you message?
No, all of them. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
So your whole screen's black when you're on Facebook.
The Facebook portion of it. So it's all good though.
You like it?
Yeah, it's fun. So anyways, it's just a fun new thing. Like check it out, play with it. There's a lot of people that are talking about it. Is it going to change your life? No. Is it going to?
It may.
It might. Yeah. Is it just kind of something fun and kind of like a hidden thing? Absolutely.
Yeah, I love the emoji use of it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So there's a lot of cool things that a lot of these platforms are doing, and I know that that's kind of like a new trend right now in a lot of these things is like kind of the dark mode and like changing things to that. So you can harness your inner Darth Vader and go with that. So well, that's all we've got for Social Media Help Desk this week. Thank you very much for joining us. If you haven't yet, please check out our YouTube channel. We've actually uploaded all these there. So you can watch past episodes. Subscribe to us there. We're live every week, Tuesday at 12:30 Pacific time. So you're always welcome to join in live. And please comment below. Let us know what you think. If you have questions, please ask them below. And we would love to hear from you. So until next time, hope you have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.